Good morning. This is Single Again for the First Time, podcast number 10, Love and Hate. I am Vincent Truman. This is Chicago, Illinois. It's April 21st, 2013. I had a friend of mine suggest to me recently that I shouldn't use pictures on the podcast. I should just do it live. And I was like, well, I kind of do the picture thing because I do a lot of editing. Sometimes the podcasts are like 15 minutes long. I have to whittle them down to 10, but I thought, what the hell? What the hell, indeed. I'll do it live. So what you're looking at right now is not a photograph of a cup of coffee. It is actually a cup of coffee, and I'm going to do it live. It's like really good coffee. Hang on. See, I would have edited all that out. Mr. Why don't you do it live? So we're on my back deck. This is my back doors, and you can see in the reflections everything that I'm looking at. There's like a really nice garage, I think, on this side. Yeah. And then on the other side, there's kind of, I don't know what that looks like. It looks like an abstract painting or some sort of chaotic thing, but it's not. It's just, it's the plasticky thing on the doors to keep the chill out. Ugh. See, I would have edited all that out. But now, there we go. So, hate. Love and hate. We'll start with hate because it's a lot more interesting. I have spent an inordinate amount of time hating myself, especially post-marriage. I did it beforehand just as a hobby. But I really disliked myself, or spent some time disliking myself after divorce. And it wasn't warranted. Because I really had to take stock, and I think it's really important for people to do that, especially after a significant relationship. Take stock of exactly what good you brought into it, what you brought to the table, what you took away from the table, if you gave up on the marriage because you're a pussy, or or whatever. And I think it's a natural enough thing to want to hate yourself. Why, you ask? Well, I think we have like global disdain. We're kind of trained from an early age, kind of like sociologically, economically, religiously, that we're not good enough, and other people aren't good enough. So we kind of like start the whole game ready for it to fail, ready for it to like not work. But it's not really a good thing. You know, if you take stock from a relationship and you realize that you did the best you can, then there's no failure in there. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no failure. See, I would have edited that out too. I didn't need to say that twice. Because if you come to that conclusion that you did the best you can and there is no failure, then there's not any need for hate to be involved. And if you hate yourself, if you take on that responsibility, then you put that vibe out. And then that's what you start to get back, is kind of like that, no, you're not good enough. No, we can shit on you from a great height, if we so wish. And that's not the healthiest way to go about those things. And the worst thing is that people will help you to hate yourself, because if there's one thing people like is to watch other people in distress. I mean, I like doing that, but I like to put it in the context of comedy or jokes or something like that where people actually don't get hurt. I remember when, and I would have edited this sip out, just saying, I remember when the former spouse and I were just starting our separation chat, in which she said, I want to be separated, and I said, what? I got so despondent. I thought about killing myself, actually. I thought suicide would be like a really good option, and then the world would be better without me, or some sort of like bullshit. And we were sitting at the kitchen table, and I remember saying, well, yeah, God, I just want to go out to the garage and get in your car and turn it on and then you can have everything. Then it's all yours and stuff like that. And Jennifer said, well, it wouldn't be that easy, because the carbon monoxide would fill. You'd have to seal everything off, and it would take a long time, and you'd cough a lot. You might want to take some pills. She was helpful. People do say there's a thin line between love and hate. I think it's a blur. It's all part of the same thing. And I've never heard anybody say it's a blur. It's part of the same thing, but it really is. Like for me personally, there's a TV show called Ghost Adventurers or Ghost Hunters or Ghost Hunters International, or maybe they're different shows. Maybe they're the same one. I don't know. Hate those shows. They're so stupid. They're so ridiculous. Did you hear that, Clyde? I heard something back here. Oh, wait, that was me. I stepped on a crowbar. Hate that. Hate them. But I love them. Can't do without them. So it's all kind of blurry. I would have edited that whole thing out. So onto the more problematic of the two. Love is interesting. New love post-divorce is interesting. I mean, I can't really put all my cards on the table and say I have new love, but I see the potential. I see the promise. But the potential and promise of a new love is kind of like driving through Texas at night and you're approaching Albuquerque. I don't know if you've ever done that, but try that. Actually stop this podcast and go do that now. Because you see Albuquerque for 2 hours before you approach. It's like approaching a star field. It's like, well, there's Albuquerque, but everything's so damn flat that it takes at least 2 hours to get to the city limits. So you just see this distant horizontal line of lights that seemingly never end. But it's odd. It's odd. Yeah. So I'm talking to this gal now, and yeah, she's pretty fabulous. And it got revealed that I have a flip phone. There it is. See? There we go. Flip phone. 1995 cutting edge, babe. She found out about it and she's like, oh no, you need a smartphone. You absolutely need a smartphone. And I'm finding all this charming. Because she wants to actually improve me a little bit. And, at this point, I find that really nice. And I think people want to alter other people's behavior a little bit because it makes them more recognizable. If you join my club, then we have something in common. Smartphones, whatever. Oh, look. A jump cut. And another reason is that it's more important for women to want to change men because men just pursue women, and this is a good way for women to test men. It's like, well, do you really like me? Alter this a little bit. And at the beginning, that's really cute. And I flashed forward 10 years, and there's no reason why I would do this, but I flashed forward 10 years, and I could just see her going, you're drinking out of that coffee cup still? And I'd be like, fuck you! Something to look forward to. Oh, look, another jump cut. I think the approaching new love, you have to take in all of the experience that you've had, but not let it taint you. It's a whole new deal. As a matter of fact, if you take in the experience too much, then you're reliving some past mistake. You've probably been in relationships like that. I certainly have, where you try and redo an old relationship to solve old problems. Women do this with guys, and if they have daddy issues and stuff like that, and guys do it with women because either mommy issues or we're jerks. We actually have the two options. Actually, women are jerks too. I don't know why I would go into that pseudo-feminist claptrap. Women are assholes just as much, even more, actually. I mean, at least guys don't fuck each other over as much. There you go, chew on that one. I'm going to have to do another jump cut. God damn it. So the key is to take in all those experiences, learn all the prior, or re-know all the prior experiences, and be open to an entirely new relationship. So it's kind of like eyes wide open. Well, maybe with like a little bit of that, because you have to, there has to be some mystery. So, eye wide open is the way to go about it. Oh, look, a cat. I'm going to do another jump cut. Felicia says hi because she's gorgeous. Oh, she's looking at herself in the camera. Is that nice? I know. It's okay, you're the only one. There isn't another cat that looks just like you sitting on a lap of somebody who looks just like me. Cats. Anyway, might not be the best podcast yet, but thank you very much for watching this time. I'm Vincent Truman. Have a fabulous day. Carpe your life. Yo. I don't think that's going to catch on. I think I need a better tagline. If you got a tagline, leave it below in the comments if you like. I don't know. Whatever. Bye.